Hey, welcome to Maximum Bat Speed. I want to do a video for you today in regards to weight transfer and hand path. Weight transfer and hand path. Now, the reason I want to do this video for you is because that's when I'm working with students, that's where I see that is probably the most two of the most biggest problems in regards to students not ever getting to good weight transfer or any weight transfer at all. Some students actually work backwards. Okay, and as far as hand path, I see that a lot of students have a problem dropping their hands and basically not knowing what's supposed to be going on with the upper body. Okay, so there's a problem going on with the body as a whole, lower body not transferring, the upper body not transferring, and a lot of weird things going on with the hand. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do for this drill is you see here I have this border right here around the player here. Okay, this is Mike, your screen see from the San Francisco Giants, great hitter. And you can see here I have this border. Now, the reason I have this border here is because when I work with my students in person, I have them always look at a mirror in front of them so they can actually see what they're doing as I am instructing them what to do. Okay, because if they don't have a mirror in front of them, it's very difficult for them to emulate or to do what I'm asking them to do. Having a mirror is just a great visual for them to see what their body's doing, what their hands are doing, everything. Okay, so this is just a border to show you that I basically what I want you to do in this drill. Now, you don't have to have a large mirror like this. I personally own a large mirror like this that I actually ordered on Amazon. It's a really good mirror for mirror work, and you can use a large window. You can use a sliding glass door. You can use whatever works for you. Okay. Now, the first thing I want you to do with this drill is this. Okay, I want you to get a toe touch or heel plant, and I want you to draw a line, okay, on the mirror. Or what I do is I use a piece of tape, okay, and I have the student get at their toe touch or heel plant, and I tell them, okay, let's line this tape up right below the letters or just below your chest, okay? So you can see here, it's very obvious right here that this line right here, or this tape that you would have in front of your large mirror reflection, is like right below the chest, okay? And then I have another line, okay, this is the horizontal line, and I have a vertical line here that I have for the players. That what I do is at the setup, okay, and now Mike right here is just starting his apex of the gather right here. But again, this is pretty much what I do. I have him put a line right here at the back of when I tell them, so let's set up and let's put a tape on the mirror that is right at the back of your torso, right there by the back of your back hip, okay, as you set up. And this vertical line represents your weight transfer, okay? This horizontal line here represents the hand path. Again, the vertical line is going to represent your weight transfer. The horizontal line is going to represent your hand path, okay? Now, when a player does not have weight transfer or very little weight transfer, I tell the player, I said, okay, what I need you to do is transfer your weight where you get to toe touch, that you're very balanced, 50-50 balance on your body, very symmetrical. And I want you to transfer your body at least, I tell them, let's try to transfer your body at least 1 foot or 12 inches. Now, if your student or your player is not used to having weight transfer, this is going to feel enormously longer than this. But trust me, you need to trick the body, trick the brain in order for it to achieve something that it's not doing, okay? So basically what I do at the setup, again, I have a vertical line representing what I need them to do. It's about the weight transfer. And then I have a horizontal line where I'm going to have them after they get to their toe touch heel plant to represent the hand path, okay? So what I'm doing here is now telling the player, okay, let's get some weight transfer to about 12 inches. So what the player does at this stage, you can see Mike is looking at the picture, but what I would have with a student, they'd be looking in the mirror, and I tell them, let's transfer your weight where when you get to toe touch, you've transferred your weight considerably, okay? Now, if you can see here, this distance right here that Mike travels from here to here, That's quite a bit. That's probably more than 12 inches. Okay. But this is what MLB players do, what elite players do. They get significantly much more weight transfer than you see in the average player, whether it be little league or softball or even high school or college. Okay. These MLB players really get out there. Okay. Another thing that they do is they really know how to walk away from the hand. So you can see here, and I'll just go ahead and draw a line for you here. I'm sorry, draw a circle for you here. And I'll just go ahead and put it around Mike's hands right here, okay? So you can see here that as he starts to transfer his weight, he's basically leaving his hands there as his back elbow works up, back, and behind him. Okay, see what's going on here? He's transferring his weight significantly, like I just mentioned. He's leaving his hands there as his back elbow works up, back, and behind him. Okay, this is crucial when you're doing this drill, because not only do I want them to transfer their weight, which is something that most players aren't used to, that I'm having them leave their hands there. Now, this feels really weird to them. What I do when I'm working with them, I actually hold on with my left, if it's a left-hander, for example, like Mike here, I would be holding on with my left hand with his hands, and with my right hand, I would literally be lifting that back elbow up, back, and behind him as he gets to toe touch or as she gets to toe touch. I do this over and over until they get used to this, okay? And once they do this over and over, I basically leave them alone and I tell them, okay, let's try to leave the hands there. Let's get some really good weight transfer. And when you look in the mirror, I want you to be very balanced and symmetrical. So at this stage of the swing, what I would be telling the student, okay, look in the mirror, and I want you to be very balanced and symmetrical. So now, if I draw a line from Mike's neck all the way down, you can see here he's pretty darn balanced and symmetrical. In other words, he's pretty much 50-50 on the lower body. And you can see here, just if I draw some circles underneath him right here, you can see right here, this is pretty darn close to a very balanced, symmetrical toe touch, okay? And the reason you want this, because this is going to allow you to have better access to more pitches, to be, whether it be inside, outside, low, whatever, okay? So that's one of the reasons why I teach let's land very vertical, very balanced and symmetrical when you get to toe touch, okay? So again, the vertical line, the vertical red line there is for your student when he's at setup or she's at setup, to just learn to look at themselves and get used to transferring that weight. And trust me, again, it's going to feel very foreign to them. It's going to feel like they're getting way out there. Because when I do this with my students, they when I record them and I show them later, they're actually quite amazed at how good it looks. But when a player is not getting any weight transfer, this is going to just seem like, again, very foreign, very, very unnatural. But trust me, the more they do this, the better they're going to get at it, the more natural it's going to feel. But it's crucial that when you're doing this drill, that they're looking at themselves in the mirror, okay? They're leaving their hands there. The back elbow's working up, back, and behind them. Now, you know they're doing it right. Now, you can see with Mike right here, his shoulders right now are pointing to the pitcher. As he transfers his weight, you can see now as he gets into his toe touch, it's very obvious now that his shoulders are very, very close now, pointing pretty much now to the shortstop, okay? That's how much his shoulders have gone from being pretty square to the pitcher to now being more close, pointing to the shortstop. Now, it would be the opposite if you are a right-hander, of course, okay? So that's very important to get this correct, okay? Now, when you're doing this, this takes time. Like I always tell my students, you're not going to get this today or tomorrow. It's going to just take a lot of mirror work at home doing this over. What I'm trying to get the student to do is understand what the body does. And what I tell them as a homework assignment, now go home and put a tape, okay? Go home and get a tape and put it in your window or your sliding glass door, or if you have a large mirror. And again, your vertical line is for weight transfer and the horizontal line is going to be for your hand path, okay? So once they master this weight transfer, what I tell them to do, okay, from here, what I want you to do is let's make sure that your lead elbow and your hands never go below the tape on your mirror or your window or your sliding glass door, okay? So again, the horizontal line now that is below the chest is very important, just as important as the weight transfer tape or the weight transfer line, Okay, this is going to help you with the weight transfer, which is crucial. Walking away from the hands, which is crucial. Getting a huge load like Mike right here is crucial. Now the hand path is just as crucial. Now from there, I tell them, let's look in the mirror and make sure that your hands, okay, your elbow and your hands never go below that tape on the mirror. And what I have them do is just go through this over and over. Now watch what Mike's doing here. This is what elite players do, okay? They're very good at having a very beautiful, quick hand path, okay? Beautiful. Usually when I work with them, just recording them, no matter what pitch I throw to them, at this stage of the swing, their hands are way down here, okay? Some of them have even been even lower, okay? This is very common. Okay, if they're even better players, sometimes they'll get it just a little bit below the line. But in order to do this drill correctly, okay, you want to make sure that you get your player to make sure that they are not going below the horizontal line after they master the weight transfer. So again, they're going to learn the weight transfer, and once they do that, I have them pause. They're looking in the mirror, and I say, okay, now start to rotate your hips. Okay, and I want you to just feel that pullback as you're doing this, and don't let that lead elbow and the hands get below that tape in the mirror, and just do this over and over where you're just extending your arms like that, okay? And all this is doing for the student is helping them to understand what an elite hand path does. Now, the more they do this, at first, like anything else, if you're used to dropping your hands and you do this drill, first of all, it's going to feel like, wow, this is just too simple, too easy, too quick. Okay, because this is why these guys are able, and these ladies that play elite softball are able to hit velocities that are just incredible, because this is the kind of hand path that produces a very quick hand path, okay? Now, again, walking away from the hands with the pullback, you're fully loaded, and then you're letting the lead elbow, again, don't let it go below that red horizontal tape or that line. Don't let the hands go below the line, and just let your hands go right there above that line, get to full extension just like this, and just pretty much stop at full extension. Now, this might got a kind of a different swing here, but what I do with my students, I just tell them, okay, I just want your arms fully extended just like this, and I want the barrel below the hands. That's what I do with my students. I have them just finish like that, okay? Now, this drill, I've used it, it's great, and I really believe that it's going to help your students to really get a very elite weight transfer. It's going to help them to land very balanced. If they're looking in the mirror, they'll be able to check themselves. I always tell them, make sure that you get the checkpoints. If they don't feel balanced, I tell them, keep adjusting your body till you do. If their elbow's too low in the back, I tell them, let's get a little better pullback. If they're carrying their hands with them, I tell them, let's walk away from the hands, look in the mirror. And then from the hand path, if they start to drop the hands, I tell them, let's keep that elbow and the hands above the red line, and let's get to a full extension. And I just tell them, stop right there with a full extension. Now, I hope this video helps you. Please give me any comments. Try this drill. I'm telling you, it will work wonders for your students who are having problems with weight transfer, with hand path. It's really a very good drill. Again, I use it, and my players have improved tremendously with the weight transfer and the hand path with this particular drill. Please give me a like. Please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate your viewership. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much.